Hello and welcome, any and all Cancer placements. This is going to be a collective zodiac read for the sign of Cancer. Now, anytime that you are watching this, whether it is on YouTube or if you're watching this live on stream, this is going to be just a timeless reading. So whenever you feel called to it, there could be a little tiny message in here for you, or there could be a big message, or kind of a moderate one. We are going to see what the tarot has for you. So, Cancer. We're going to get into what I call a modified past, present, future kind of a spread. We are basically going to pull from one deck and then pull clarification from another. And let's get started. I want to get a clear, honest reading for Cancer. Please and thank you. Get a little shuffle here before we get really into it. I felt called to the Wildwood Tarot and the Hermetic Tarot, and you can look at my website for the list of tarot decks that I have. There are pictures associated with it, and you can get these various decks at different stores and vendors and shops and stuff, so there isn't just like one place to get these cards. Whether it's Amazon, whether it's whatever. So, let's get into it. Please, thank you, clear honest messages. Cancer. Page of Wands coming out. If it could focus here. Usually sometimes when it's like shiny like that, it'll like to focus. I know my camera's not great at focusing, but sometimes there's moments where my camera will act a little weird. I'm gonna try again. I just wanna do one thing. Let's see, because these cards are super pretty. There we go. Super pretty cards. Page of Wands, stout. Something feels super observing mode kind of feel. I don't know exactly what that could mean for you, but it feels this passionate energy of observing like a playing board or like a state of the game kind of a thing, but it's not like a game, it's like the overall aspect of your life and kind of looking at all the different people, connections you've made, places you've been, and it feels like a lot of energy is brewing into maybe not exactly a new venture, but just a brand new chapter for yourself. I feel there's an essence of brewing up acceptance for something has ended and this new thing has already begun, and it's like, oh, I'm genuinely in this new chapter of my life, is what it feels like. And I can't describe it other than that. Like, it's very... what's the word? I wanted to say the word methodical, but it didn't make sense for what I was trying to say. Something feels methodical. My love, can you explain exactly what methodical means? Is that a word?
Methodical?
Yeah.
With method? Something done with a method?
Method and purpose,
yeah.
Essentially? Okay. Feels like... I feel like this whole energy just feels methodical. It feels like someone collecting all of the information and the pieces of the puzzle and kind of like, all right, let's get to work, and like work with that information at hand. I saw something so fucking cool. So Page of Wands in Ace of Wands. Page of Wands usually depicts like someone holding like a single wand, and that's the image I got. And I saw that you were using that single wand as like the arrow in this bow and arrow card, because the Ace of Wands is literally just this picture, like this picture in a metaphor. Hold on, if I can get it to focus. You taking aim and actually, it's like marking your target and creating that initial like energy to pull back and almost create that spark. It's like once like your wand or this arrow like kind of hits something, that's when it's like boom, makes us, that gives you that spark again, or you feel that spark again. There's something about that. Hold on. There's all these like jumbled up words because this energy feels so driven and passionate, and it's like, oh, you can't get caught up on that. Like you understand certain concepts and you're like, all right, yeah, sure, I just need to move forward. But that's also leading back to this state of kind of not focusing on all the like, oh yeah, like all of these not necessarily cliche things, but predictable like things people are gonna say about like, oh, you seem very driven, this is a good thing, and like you understand what people are gonna say, and you just kind of want to stay focused on the task at hand, and you respect all the things that people are saying, but then it leads you back to like, oh, I'm in this like different chapter of life, and maybe even understanding your own level of maturity, and understanding that maturity is this Page of Wands growing out of the Page of Wands into the more mature state of mind. I think it is a more mature state of mind because the page always is a very youthful energy. You don't necessarily have to be young, but it's like younger than you were before, younger than you are now, and younger mindsets that you've had in the past that you are outgrowing. That's kind of that more matured state of mind that is really being referenced here. Oh, with these page cards, oh my goodness. Ooh. We have the world on the bottom of the deck. The World Tree, it's called. It's a very pretty card. See how there's 4 different elements kind of being shown in this card? Spring, summer, fall, winter. And the tree. I feel like there's an essence of you are this tree. Let's run with this metaphor of you are this tree. 2 of Wands, interesting. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. I'm not really going to show you that card, but I understand what it's trying to tell me. The card, because sometimes when cards like kind of peek out, like not all the time will cards like float to the side and like peek a different card underneath. That doesn't really happen too often, so when it happens I like kind of trust it. You're cultivating so much newer, mature energy that is this, oh, I've entered a different level of maturity, so this is a different level of a chapter in my life. Like, you understand that you've had different chapters in your life of just like, oh, like as simple as I can put it is we all have a childhood, we all go through the teenage stage, young adults, like those chapters in our lives, and understanding what those chapters are, but understanding, holy crap, I'm in a more mature state of this chapter than you thought you would be in. And it's almost understanding that and understanding and accepting that you did it all yourself. And I think that's the big thing that's really like a big level of acceptance to keep your mind on keep your mind focused and on target and on task. Something about how you're living life, Cancer, is very methodical. Very, I'm getting the job done. And taking it day by day and almost like rolling with the, not like rolling with the punches, but kind of when shit hits the fan, it's like, all right, we gotta like kind of, I don't know, like, there's a phrase, but all I see is someone just kind of like, all right, like fixing their pants to just kind of like get readied up and, you know, fixing their shirt and like, all right, let's clean this mess up kind of a thing. This fucking sucks, but let's fucking clean it up, because if we don't, then I can't do this, and I'm not trying to get delayed on this other shit. Bless you. You're trying not to let other messes, whether it's other people's messes or something that you just maybe spilled something as simple as like, oh, I spilled this thing and now it's going to take me an hour to clean up when I could have spent an hour doing this other thing. You're not letting this really get the better of you, because you are kind of treating it as, if I don't get this thing cleaned up and I don't fix this thing, it's going to cost me in the future, and I ain't trying to have that. And you are also understanding where to truly take aim. I feel like there is a big, hey, you needed like a second hand of almost like a different perspective. Like, this reading is kind of just, hey, all those things that you've been thinking, we're just confirming. We're just validating a lot of Cancer's feelings and true driven motivations. But there is another layer to this, because the future energy that came out here is the Page of Cups, Page of Vessels, this deck calls it, but is basically the Page of Cups. There's a different... Ooh. I know these aren't the same animal, but I feel like since they look similar, it almost looks like like a stout is a younger version of like an otter in a weird way. But it's like you've matured past the Page of Wands, and you thought you would get to the Knight of Wands, but really it's just the next step is the Page of Cups. And now, instead of tapping into all of this internal, like, fire energy, it's time to dip your toes back into the water here, is really what I just saw. This otter just like, am I supposed to be, like, going in this water? Like, this is where okay. Like, I guess this is the path. This is where everything's leading me down. Yeah, those waters can get a little dangerous, but I ain't scared. It's just more of trying to make sure that this is the right move. And it feels like that you want to move up to the Knight of Wands, past the Page of Wands, because it's this maturing level, and you're thinking, oh, well, we'll figure out this one area, this fire energy, this fire area, and we'll mature that, and then we'll go to the next one. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome in. You feel like, oh yeah, we have to go to the fire energy first, mature that, and then we'll move on to the cups, the water energy, right? No. There's the big energy of, you gotta get through, I know this isn't fire, water, air, and earth, really, with the trees, but the fact that it symbolizes 4 different things is where I'm getting this. It's getting through the page, this youthful energy of each of the elements, of each of these energies within you, this fire, that passion that drives you, the water, your emotions, the air energy is all of the mental kind of planning and like thoughts you have in your mind, and the earth energy is how you keep yourself grounded and stable in this life. So understanding, and most, I feel like, are understanding, most Cancer signs or Cancer placements are understanding that you've matured in this youthful fire energy, understanding your passion and where you can truly drive your passion to drive yourself to the life that you want, to like hit this target that you truly desire, is what I keep like seeing. And where I was like, oh yeah, you think you're going to move on from the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands, the universe was like, no, you're going to move to the water energy, and you're going to have to learn that. then you're going to have to learn the air or earth, whatever comes up, and kind of understand these 4 different, like, cornerstones of yourself. Your heart, mind, body, and soul. Like, that's the thing that really needs to be understood before you can figure out and mature one whole side of you into the mature level you want to be at, or just seek for yourself. There's a lot of seeking more maturity in life for whoever I'm reading here. And the Two of Wands is here, and I literally see the Two of Wands taking this fire energy, this water energy, and just, like, cultivating it. And it's not like you're running with it, but you're allowing it to you're allowing it to let yourself walk through this new aspect in enlightenment, I want to say. Like, I feel like people who I read for are very enlightened in general, but there are different stages of enlightenment, and I think this is a stage that you are actually completing and starting anew, because these stages never end. I feel like a lot of people in the spiritual community really, like, understand that these stages in life never truly cease to, like, stop, because there's always something new to life to learn. I think the biggest thing is, like, if you think we've discovered everything here on Earth, then, I don't know, look up to the stars and make yourself a spaceship and see what's out there. There's still something new in any aspect of our life that we can learn, especially just as a tarot reader. I tell people all the time that you are never, ever gonna not be done learning or never stop learning when it comes to tarot. There's always something new to learn about tarot. I love it. People who've studied it for 30 years still find new aspects to look into and talk about. I think the energy is, like, I feel very, like, listen, it could be the coffee, but also I kind of just feel, like, this pull into this very, like, fiery energy, and it feels like that's why this water energy is coming in. Someone needs to kind of, like, remind yourself of not being too harsh on not only yourself, but, like, your surroundings. Of, like, I was talking about earlier in the reading of how, okay, you're treating, like, certain messes in either messes or mistakes in life, whether it's your mistake or mess or someone else's, that you have to, like, clean up because it's going to affect and delay shit you want to do later down the line. So if you're treating this as, if you don't handle it now, you can't, it will affect you later down the line. And I think there's an energy of not letting that, it needs to be fixed right away. This mess needs to be cleaned up right away. That's the energy I think maybe some of you are recognizing to not fall into too much, and I think that's where this water energy is coming in, and you need to understand and really tap into all aspects and forms of water energy. And if you aren't even sure what that is when it comes to the spiritual topics, just do your own research, and also literally think of how water makes you feel and different, like, just aspects of water. The fact that it can be transformed into air and then turned back into rain and then frozen and stuff like that. There is a lot of metaphorical meanings to water, so yes, Dryer, I hear you. Stop yelling.
I'm Jamie.
You're keeping me warm down here in the basement. It is freezing. Well, kind of. I'm okay now. Page of Wands. What do we need to clarify with the Page of Wands? I think you wanted to fast track a certain level of maturity, and there's nothing wrong with feeling like that. King of Cups out here, by the way. There's nothing wrong with feeling like, oh yeah, I got this, I can do it, I'm good. The confidence is honorable, I want to say. Like, pat yourself on the back, because sometimes in life, a lot of people, and even yourself, maybe feel like you didn't have that confidence in yourself. But almost like I see this chariot as like there's wheels on here. Hold on. Focus. This guy is on a chariot, and it's almost like not moving too fast on it, just kind of taking a stroll, but understanding as long as you're moving, no matter how slow, as long as there's some effort to clean up these things that may get in the way of you taking aim on things you want to take aim on in your life, as long as there's active involvement of getting these things out of the way, understand that, okay, this mess will be cleaned up at some point, as long as there is action in that direction. Because I think that's the only time it's like, hey, like, you can bother people and be like, hey, like, we gotta clean this thing up and it hasn't been cleaned up, or we gotta fix this thing and it hasn't been fixed. Like, there's nothing wrong with bothering people like that. It's just how you go about it at the end of the day that really matters. This is also with the King of Cups, so I'm gonna kind of get a full picture. Queen of Wands and Ten of Pentacles reversed. I think this is where it was feeling confusing. You had so much fire in you, Cancer, but you are a water sign deep down, or you are a water energy. So if you're going to try and mix this fire and water, you need to do it strategically. You need to understand where to take aim. Do you have room to take aim? Is this bow up to par to actually take aim as far as you want to take aim to, or like shoot for? And understanding the stability in that. I think some of you have really like been in a not confused, like foggy state. It's almost like moving through the motions in life, and then certain things come up in the mind and you're like, I can't go understand this thing. And I think the biggest thing is understanding where the true balance in yourself lies with these things. Whether you just literally need to remind yourself when messes or mistakes or accidents happen that they can't really be fixed or cleaned up right away or overnight, but kind of like, okay, this can't be cleaned up overnight, but as long as we're taking action in this direction, that's the thing that's really going to solidify you truly moving with the motions in life. The water energy here. Ace of Wands. What do we have for the Ace of Wands? I love the way the Ten of Pentacles is out here reversed, because it's like, you understand true stability for yourself, but it's how you go about it towards yourself and in reflection to other people. And I say that in the sense of like, your happiness should not be at the cost of other people's. I don't care what they did to you. That's not good for your brain and the psychology of all of that. That is no bueno. Not good. I don't understand all of everyone's situations, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. Always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Clarifying the Ace of Wands, we have Four of Wands, Page of Wands reversed, and Queen of Cups. There's a lot of fire and water in this spread already. There's only one card that is earth energy. If you don't know what I'm kind of alluding to when I say that there's only a teeny bit of earth energy here, I mean that literally get outside or understand what's making your body feel out of whack. Because earth energy and just signs of earth energy, not earth signs, sorry, when you get signs that you need earth energy, you literally need to understand what grounds you and understand, like, grounding yourself. Grounding yourself, sometimes people literally just go outside and stand on the ground because nature can be very healing like that. But if you can't do that, there are plenty of other ways to do that, whether it's listening to frequencies or just ambience. If you can't get outside, you can listen to nature ambience and just find something calming and just put it in the background and it, like, leave it on for the whole day. It's not going to happen in 5 minutes. Grounding yourself takes a little bit of time. At an hour at the very least, I want you to spend for yourself because, listen, you're important. To clarify the Ace of Wands, we have the Four of Wands, the Page of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Cups. We have a card of understanding true, stable happiness, understanding how I feel like not really putting all of your energy into it, and this Queen of Cups is a little interesting. It gives me this energy of you want to dabble into this water energy, but you feel like you would be going back to old ways of doing things that aren't really bad, but I feel like you are cringing at yourself when you did them. But I feel like that's you kind of being scared to truly live in your own happiness. And what I mean by live in your own happiness, it's a different way of saying living in the moment. When you feel that true happiness, and it's like it could happen at any time, whether you're laughing with your friends or you just have this pure moment of joy, and it could be something that you're looking at, a sunset, sunrise, I don't know, some beautiful view you see. Take it in and really, like, soak up that moment. When you feel that true happiness, take it in, because then you will understand that I think everything that you are saying, okay, shit, this ain't my problem, that does not serve me, you gotta give yourself something in return. You gotta fill yourself back up with that energy. And I was talking about earlier, before I started this recording, and earlier in the stream, I was cleansing the space, and I have the fan on because when you cleanse things, you need to send the dirty, icky out. You need to get that out of there. And essentially, when you get the icky out of there, you also want to fill it back up with specific energy. And I have all these rocks to kind of help me out with that specific energy. So, this simple method of recognizing your joy in the moment can allow you to open up to so much more happiness for yourself and for your life, and just being happy to live life. And I feel like there's an energy of, is this what all of this was for? Like, is this the thing that people say it was worth it for all of this to get this little level of happiness? It just in the moment, this pure sense of it. And I feel like for some people, this is what's going to be driving you extra, is understanding how to enjoy the moment. Because the Queen of Cups is a very curious energy here. You are very curious to dabble into this new emotional state for yourself, because you understood what drove you passionately. Now you got to understand what drives you, not just passionately, but emotionally. Like, there is emotion tied into passion. There is happiness tied into the things that we desire and that we love to do. And there's a journey, like, going on in all of this. There's a lot that wants to come out, but 3 cards, please, and then you could do bottom of the deck energy, whatever you so choose. The Magician, 3 of Wands. You are in a very potent, creative energy. Whatever you put your mind to, you're gonna get done, and you get done with thorough efficiency and almost like a bit of grace at the end of it. It's like when chefs make something beautiful and immaculate and it's delicious and it's the best thing ever, and you ask them what the secret ingredient is, and then they just say it's love. That's what you're doing. It's just love. Just a bit of passion for your craft. High Priestess. Could these bit of emotions be your intuition guiding you, leading you down the path of a lot of inner wisdom and a lot of inner balance? And I think you are truly understanding the give and take of the universe. But you are the one that has to truly take up on this energy of knowledge that you're gaining. Because if you don't take up on the knowledge, you won't have anything to give to the universe, i.e. the universe to give back. It's that balance, I think. Not even the universe, but like the universe could be yourself. Like if anytime I say the universe, it could be yourself that you're talking to. Bottom of the deck energy. There is no... I love when this happens. I've been reading tarot since 2020. I've been reading tarot for 4 years. Cancer. I would like to clarify that for those who don't know, there is a zodiac sign associated with each of the major arcana in the tarot deck. Most major arcana, since there's only 12 zodiac signs, there are 12 major arcana cards that correlate to that. The bottom of the deck energy is your card. Is Cancer. The Chariot is your card. And the Chariot is this true understanding of how you have to really cultivate all of these energies and really like combine all of these energies within you, this fire and this water, to move this metaphorical chariot forward, to move you forward in life. And I don't literally mean like, walking around in life, like actually moving and creating action, completing goals, setting out small goals, completing all those small goals and setting out kind of a larger goal and stuff like that. I want you to really remind yourself of the story of the Chariot card whenever you are kind of struggling to find your way. The Chariot was always depicted with two, it always says two beasts, but it could be two just animals and energies, because these are animals in the cards, but they're also a metaphor for yin and yang energies within us. This sort of dark side and light side energies within us. These two animals are pulling this chariot, and these are energies within you. This whole chariot and the animals and you and the chariot is a metaphor for you and the things that move you forward in life within you. The true matured state of the Chariot card is someone who understands that your animals, your energies, aren't going to be able to pull this chariot 24/7. If they don't get food, water, and all of these nurturing things that keep them strong and sustained in this journey of life, they won't move a muscle, they won't move an inch. And if they're fighting with each other, they won't move at all. So there's an energy of understanding what gets these two animals that pull the chariot, these two energies that pull the chariot, to really nurture them and to get them to work with each other. And this is all of this energy within you. So what is not getting enough care and nurturing, a little like TLC, and what is essentially kind of battling? What are you battling with yourself on? It doesn't have to essentially be like crazy battles, but it's like debating with yourself and having this, it's just this, but what about this? It's just that, kind of like back and forth with yourself. Where can you find I think some of you are asking where you can find the balance with these energies, and it all starts with taking care of them and giving them the nurture and care that they need, not what they want, but what they need. And I think for anyone who's going to see this reading and watch this reading, you really need to give yourself what you need and not what you want. And if it comes to things that you need and you need some rest, instead of watching, random videos on your phone until you fall asleep, maybe just put on some ambient noise in the background and then just kind of fall asleep to that. It's that understanding, oh, I want to doom scroll until I fall asleep, but you could be like up for another 2-3 hours and not actually get that rest. Give yourself the time and the necessary balance you need. And it's necessary balance. It's not anything that's going to like hurt you or distract you. I think anyone who's kind of nervous of like this direction they're going in, it's not going to hurt you. This is a whole energy of, I am a friend, not a foe, but I understand why you could see this energy as like you could be skeptical of this energy. A lot of things in life can give us trust issues for believing in certain things, and i.e. believing in ourselves, so I understand it needing to take a time, so understand to give yourself that time. Because if a lot of these things are things you need to fix within yourself, you need to give yourself that time. That is not a want, that is a need, and remind yourself of that. Remind yourself that the energies that pull your chariot aren't going to be cured overnight. If one is starving and the other is completely fed, that starved one's not going to be healthy just exactly overnight. It takes time to rebuild what was lost. So there's a clear energy of you cleared out a lot of things. You need to really refill this energy with some good shit. Like that, whatever is that thing that you need. That good shit. There's just something that is like that. It may not be perfect, but it just, that was good. That was some good stuff right there. So, allow yourself the time, the space, because the true lesson is understanding the give and the take of the universe and the give and the take that you have within yourself. 6 of Pentacles. If anyone reads tarot or is interested in tarot, I highly recommend researching all of the different aspects of the 6 of Pentacles and how it ties into the Temperance card. So if you want a little homework for this tarot reading, Temperance and 6 of Pentacles, or 6 of Coins, if you just want to, for short. Really beneficial information. And if you want to dive even deeper, research the Chariot. The Chariot is such a beneficial, understanding and personal development and what really pulls us forward. Because reminding ourselves of that can give us the necessary strength we need to really push past those barriers we thought we couldn't push past. And I commend you, and I want to give you a hug and a pat on the back and just say you are doing great. Keep going. I'm so proud of you. You need to tell yourself that too. So be honest, be real, and don't be afraid to be yourself. Truly, truly don't be afraid. And at this point, you can treat it as the world is fucked. Who cares if you feel like you're acting a little bit of cringe? If you're having fun and being happy, who gives a fuck? As long as you're not hurting yourself or others, and you're being safe and smart, that's always what I say. Just be happy and enjoy those happy moments, and understand that that's what makes this effort in life all worth it. But understanding the effort that you really want to put in life, I think that's the big thing that's driving you. Is you're like, I know the effort I want to put in, I'll work hard in this area of life, and why are my emotions coming up? Because you're living for yourself, Cancer. You're living for yourself and exploring that energy for the first time, it feels, and it's beautiful to see in these cards, and I want you to understand it's okay. Someone needs to just hear that little bit of, you're okay. It's good. You're fine. You've been doing a lot. You've been working hard. Allow yourself the time you need. I think the next thing is clicking off this stream or this video and going and doing the next thing of priority. Whether it's taking care of yourself or taking care of some other little bit of work that you wanted to do. So, thank you for letting me read your cards. This was really fun and a very cute reading. The world in the chariot card on the bottom of the decks here is like you walking through this world portal, because it's always like a portal of a new chapter, and entering into a true nature of yourself and understanding your true nature, and what you do with that information is your own free will. So I hope that you do it for the highest good of all, because that's really what I try to read for. I don't want people to twist my words into some, I'm gonna do some bad thing because you said I'm being myself. That's not what I mean. Don't hurt people. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. And that is all I have for you. I just want to say that thank you for anyone who is watching live. This will be up on YouTube later, and if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. That is all I have for Cancer. Stay tuned if you're watching live. We're going to be continuing the readings. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are on this planet Earth of ours. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.